So today I'll be dealing with two smaller chapters in logical reasoning. One is directions and another one is coding and decoding. Okay. So directions, again, when we take up the question paper every year, one or two questions are coming from directions without miss. Without miss, at least one question will be there. Okay. And last year I think I have seen two. I have seen two questions with respect to directions. Okay. So even I have taken them into account and I'll be solving them too. But when it comes to the basics of directions, one should have the sense of direction. Sense of direction in the sense, like you should know, like while you are traveling, which direction you are traveling, and if you take right, if you take left, where you will be leading to, and depending upon the distance that you have, you estimate the time required for your journey to reach that place. Otherwise, like let's say when you are going to north, you will sense that if you are going in the morning towards north from here, north, and in the morning, usually the sun will be on your right side. That is one sense. If you are going to south in the morning, sun will be on your left side usually. If you are going towards east in the morning, sun will be just in front of you. And if you're going towards west in the evening, sun will be in front of you. So like that, you should have some basic idea. For example, here to, let's say Chennai, here to Chennai, it is in east direction. But while you are traveling in the morning, if you get the sun always at your back, then something is missing. Because sun has to be in front of you while you are traveling towards east in the morning. Yeah. From here to Mangalore, let's say it is in west direction. Okay. If you are going in the evening, yeah, sun has to be just in front of you. So that is how it is. So even map reading is a skill. And locating yourself and locating others and establishing the route between you. So it is also a skill. Most of you will be knowing different places in the world, different places in country, different places in our state only. But you will not be making the sense where exactly they lie. Because definitely you might have not traveled to all directions for sure in your lifespan. Or you might not have seen them on map or on, let's say, atlas. Like sometimes for few people, Google Map is hobby, Google Map is hobby. So they will be very much interested to know where exactly it lies, how far is it, okay, what all are the communication or what all are the transportation possibilities. So they'll be looking into those aspects. Okay, it becomes a hobby, right? Similarly, like one should get to understand like some of the minutes that we check while we are checking the direction. Very basics of direction is whenever you look into map, whenever you look into an atlas page, yeah. So there, whenever you face that page, whenever that page is in front of you, usually the direction will be taken like this. The direction will be taken like this, and usually this is north. No matter like which direction you are facing in the classroom or which direction you are facing when you are looking into the map, usually north will be in front of you or upwards will be north. Yes, even when you check Google Map, there is one button where you can press on that and the whole map will turn towards north, making the north as your top or front. Yes. So even while we are reading map, while we are making map, we will follow this rule only. That is the front of you or the top of the page is pointing towards north. When that is north, what will be in the downwards, south. Yes, north and south are opposite. Okay. Now, very confusing thing for you will be locating east and west. Always. We interchange. But towards our right, when north is on the top, towards right is east. So usually we consider right as auspicious, no? Right as auspicious. So even east is auspicious. Yeah, east is auspicious. Coming to west, it is on the left side, inauspicious. Inauspicious, even west we consider as inauspicious. Okay. So if you are okay with this basics, then only you can construct the map. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you. Okay. Any problem with the basics? No, right? Yeah. These are the primary directions what we have. Primary directions. Apart from these, there are secondary directions also. Secondary directions. Thank God we are solving this paper in English. It is very easy to name them. Yeah. So this one, between north and east, northeast, between north and west, northwest, between south and west, southwest, and between south and east. Usually these lines are perceived to be at 45 degree. Southeast will be 45 degree from east, 45 degree from south. This is general, like when we think about southeast, we think upon that. But whatever that lies in this direction from east, everything is southeast only. Maybe this or this, they are also southeast. Similarly, this or this is southwest. Just if it deviates, if it like bends from this west towards south, then it is southwest only. Understood? I thank God because we are not going to solve this paper in what? Our regional medium. Otherwise, like we would have learnt the secondary, this one from what? Regional language. Yes, just for our reference. Just for our reference. Tell me what is northeast? Ishanya. Okay. Ishanya, northeast. Yep. Then northwest, Vayuve. So in Karnataka we have two transportation. Northwest, Vayuve, Bombay, Karnataka. Northeast, Hyderabad, Karnataka, or Kalyan, Karnataka. Now this is not Bombay, Karnataka, Kittur, Karnataka. Yeah. So entire south we have only one, that is KSRTC. Actually, that KSRTC is going now because even the Kerala has KSRTC. So it has one. So now we have to change our this thing. Okay. So entire this thing. Southwest, Nairutya Maruta, right? Southwest monsoon. We get the monsoon from here. Nairutya. Yeah. Then Agneya, Benki. Yeah. Here we have our kitchen, right? Usually we have our kitchen here. If you make your bedroom here, then whatever that you earn, that will get what? Sublimed. And if you build toilet here, then you will have all the diseases. This is just saying. Okay. Then in southwest, actually the master of the house should be what? Sleeping here. Master bedroom. Yes. This one, basically your water storage. Northeast. Okay. And this is second best for kitchen. So this is how it is. Okay. When you grow, when you try to, like get home, or you will be in a position to build home or something, definitely you will consult. No matter how theist and atheist you are, at least one of your house member will be theist and they will look forward for it. And finally you reach to a conclusion that पूछने में क्या जाता है? What wrong if we consult? Yeah. So that is how it is. And we talk about Dasha Disha, right? Dasha Disha Mandala. Dasha Disha. Disha is direction. Dasha 10. So which all are other two? Swarga or Naraka? Suraloka. Because when some drama is going on earth, all the gods will be looking from top, right? They'll be either blessing or cursing. Yeah, they'll be looking from top. So we believe that they're on the top. And whenever we pray like this. We think that they're, so that is one more direction. And Patala. Only when you do bad things, you will go there. And it is perceived to be full of, like Nagaloka, all that thing. Yeah. So that is how it is. Dasha, Disha, like 9th and 10th direction are these. Don't worry, we will have to answer only in these 8 directions. Okay. Mainly in primary directions, then in secondary directions. This is done. Yeah. Usually in our questions, one fellow will start journey from here, and usually whatever that they give as the traveling map, it will be in a straight line only, and usually they'll be taking the turn in right, like in 90 degree, and whenever they are taking the turn in different degrees, they will mention. If they don't, then we have to take 90 degree only. Yes. So, for example, one person will start journey like this. Let's say finally that fellow reaches here. From this point to this point. Okay. This is starting point. He started in this direction, then went like this. And finally arrived here. Okay, fine. What all are the possibilities of questions in the examination? Let's say you are an examiner, and you want to set questions on this data. What all you will set? First, distance. How far is he from his initial point? This is the final point, this is initial point or start point, end point. How far is he from his initial point or start point? Yes, that is one thing. That is with respect to distance. So they will ask, how far? Second thing, with respect to direction. What direction can be asked? One thing is, with respect to his final position, like in which direction is the end point, or in which direction is he right now. So that is with respect to location. That is his end location. For example, this point, his starting point is this, end point is this. So where is it? In which direction is it? I am asking final position with respect to initial position. Where is it? He has finally landed here. He started from here. Right now, he is in which direction from his starting point? East is this. South is this. Where is he? Fine. Did I ask that one? So one more question here with respect to this one. Which direction is he facing right now? Understand the question. In direction, there can be two types of question. With respect to his starting point, where exactly he is now, or in which direction is he now? That is with respect to his location. Then with respect to his movement, which direction is he moving currently? Which direction he is moving currently? West. So these are the three types of questions that are possible. Okay. Now coming to distance. How do you calculate distance? Will you go through all these things and count? Yeah. In literal sense, that is the distance. But we go for displacement here. Displacement is the direct distance. So you will draw a straight line between initial point and end point, and we construct one imaginary triangle. This triangle is right angled triangle. What do you mean by right angle? One of the angles of a triangle is 90 degree. One of the angles in a triangle is 90 degree. Can we have more than one right angle in a triangle? Can we have more than one right angle in a triangle? If you construct two right angles, then the triangle will be like this. You cannot connect these two. Yeah. So there can be only one possibility for a right angle in a triangle. So right angle triangle, take any right angle triangle, there will be one 90 degree. These are other two angles less than 90 degree each. Then this is called as hypotenuse. And this is the longest side of this triangle. Yes? Any doubt? No, right? This is the longest side of the triangle. Other two sides, you call it as opposites and adjacent in trigonometry. So I'll take them as A and B. That's it. Other two sides are A and B. Hypotenuse can be written as H. Then, for all the questions, wherever the distance is asked, we have to construct an imaginary right angle triangle. And the straight line through which we are connecting the starting point and end point should be our hypotenuse for that triangle. That should be hypotenuse for our triangle. Is that okay? Then, how do you find the distance or the length of the hypotenuse? Pythagoras theorem. So that fellow will come here. So what does it tell? Square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of other two sides. Square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of other two sides. Like take this square, add them. It will be equal to the square of h. Or if you want to find out the length of the hypotenuse, this is square root of a square plus b square. It is square root of a square plus b square. Is that fine? Yeah? No problem? In length problems or in the distance problems, we have to do this one. Okay. But while we are studying Pythagoras theorem, we also learn about Pythagorean triplets. Do we? What do you mean by Pythagorean triplet? For some values, like this a triangle can be constructed with ease, or for some values like 3, 4, 5. For example, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. You construct a random triangle with these values 3, 4, 5. You will end up in getting a right angle triangle. You just make a triangle with what? 3, 4, 5. Random triangle. You will end up in making a right angle triangle. Okay. So that is why some of the values are very easy to find. Otherwise, if this value, this hypotenuse, like is square root of some random number, let's say square root of 3, square root of 2, square root of 7, we get irrational values. But generally in examination, like the values will be in natural numbers, That is why remembering Pythagorean triplets would help us. So note down few of the Pythagorean triplets. 3, 4 and 5. These are triplets. If we remember them, we will save a lot of time in the examination hall. Pythagorean triplets. And any multiples of this 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Possible? 6, 8, 10. Double this, no? Double all the values. Then what we have? 9, 12, 15. Then 20, 9, then 12, 16, 20, like that. Any multiples of these. After this, 5, 12 and 13. 5, 12 and 13. Then 8, 15 and 17. 8, 15 and 17. Check. 8 square 64, 15 square 225. So when you add them together, 289, that is square of 17. Then 7, 24 and 25. Seven square 49, 24 square 576. Add them 625. Add them 625. Yeah. So remember these and any multiples of these. Any multiples of these. When you multiply with any number, you have to multiply to all the numbers. Yes? Done? So this is what you have to do while they are finding the what? Distance. Then coming to direction, location of that person is very easy. Just see from the initial point to last point, like what exactly is that. Usually such directions would be a secondary one. Primary also they can be secondary. Southeast, northeast, northwest and southwest. So they are the possibilities usually. Okay. Then if they ask in which direction is he moving right now? Currently, in which direction is he facing? Okay, done. Then other basics. Forget about the distance. Forget about his location, currently where exactly he is located, not his moving direction. Forget about these two things. When it comes to his movement currently, yeah, we can have some shortcuts also. But before that, I'll tell you, like when the direction is given, for example, so and so person started moving towards north. How do we write? And if they have given the distance, let's say 10 kilometers, write 10 here. Then they will tell that person turns right. This is right. Yeah. Then that person turns left. It is always that person's right and left. It is not your right and left. Sometimes in hurry, what do? We'll take our right and our left. For example, a person is moving towards south, and he takes right. So always imagine like you are standing like this and you are taking right. So never take a chance here. Never take a chance. Go by rule. Imagine you are that person and moving in south direction, you take right. Because we are so much obsessed with this right hand. All our works we do with this. While telling we do this, yes. And while people sitting in auto, I have observed, like actually they want to turn left. I mean the passenger want to turn left. And the auto rickshaw driver will ask, Madam, which direction? Madam, which direction? Madam actually has to go to left. Madam will tell in front of him, like, take right. Because she is locating with right. She tells, take right. Actually, she has to go to left. That is how we have obsessed. And I have seen many a times, okay? I have seen many a times. Take right. But actually, this is not right. Yes? So, actually, we have that obsession of using right whenever we want. Actually, it is not. Okay? So, understood? It is always the person's right. That person's right, like who is in question. Okay? Not our right or our left. Their right and their left. For example, if you are moving this way, right, you imagine like this, then right. Done? Yeah. Sometimes they don't give you the initial direction at all. They don't give you initial direction at all. They will just say a person has started from his house and he started walking in front. It means he came out of his house and started walking in front. Which direction he will take? You don't know whether it is north, west, south, east. You don't know. What you can do is you take some direction. Don't write east, west, north or this one. You better draw a diagram like this. Because we are very much used to draw a line from our left to right. We are not comfortable with this also. We are not comfortable with this also. We are not comfortable with this also. Generally, whenever we are asked to write a line, we write a line this like this. Yes or no? Imagine first sleeping line. Then sleeping line towards left. Then standing line. Yeah. So always try to do like this, but don't give any direction. Don't give any direction depending upon the person. Depending upon the person, like what information they have given, either left or right, something you have to take. Understood? So these are few basics. Along with them, we encounter certain problems. In which the examiner is not worried about the distance. Examiner is not worried about the distance. He is very much particular about the direction in which the person is moving. Direction in which the person is moving. Let us take like any random direction a person is moving. Any random direction a person is moving. He will take a right. And next he will take a left. He will take a right and he will take a left. With respect to his initial movement, in which direction is he moving? He took right, again he took left. I have not told you which direction is he moving. Let's say random direction he is moving. Okay. He will take a right and after some time or immediately he will take a left again. So in which direction that person is moving? In the same direction. For example, he is moving like this. He'll take a right. And he is moving like this. And he will take a left. So initial direction is this, right? Initial. So the same direction he is moving. So whenever you encounter one R and one L, one right and one left, you can write it as the same direction. You can just cancel. You can just cancel those things. But you have to see whether they want the distance or not. When distance is not asked, only the direction of that person, what you can do, you can cancel R and L. As many times as you get RL, RL, go on cancelling. For example, if it is like this, R, L, L, R, 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 L. This you cancel, this you cancel, this you cancel. Finally, with respect to his initial moment, he is towards right now. All this drama is as good as taking one right. Taking one right. Yes or no? You can cancel those many rights and lefts. Yeah. Then, two lefts. Two lefts. See, I am moving like this. I took a left. Then, I took a left. Where I am going now? Opposite direction. What about 2 hours? Same. 90 degree, 90 degree, 80 degree, 180 degree. So that is also opposite. 3 L's. I am going like this initially. This is my first left. Then second left. Then what? Initially, I was moving like this. I might have traveled 10 kilometers, 100 kilometers. So many. Why you think that I am coming to the... This is very small space. Wherever you go, I'll come to this place only again. Yeah? Just think again. I'm going in a particular direction. I took the first left. I took the second left. I took the third left. Now I am moving. Initially, I was moving in which direction? This direction. So it is as good as I am moving to right. Don't bring north, south, east, west here. That is not right. Are we explaining anything in terms of north, south? Nothing, right? If I was moving towards east, finally I am moving towards south. That's it. But we are not mentioning anything here. So 3 times turning left is nothing but 1 time turning right. Done? Yes. Then 3 hours. What it will be? Check. 1 L. 4 L's. 4 L. Same direction. 360 degree you are turning and going to the same direction. Then 4 hours is equal to, make sense? Make sense? Yeah. We'll look into some problems. Yeah. You got the sheets now? Okay. Got? Yeah. One evening, just before sunset, where will be the sun? West. So according to our map, if you take the map like this, so sun will be here. Let's say this is the ground, sun will be here. Yes? Or I'll take even more closer. Now you will tell, sir, you are taking as if it is 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Okay, now I'll take very closer. In the west, 2 friends, Sanju and Manju, were talking to each other face to face. Face to face. They are seeing each other's face. If Manju's shadow was exactly to her left side. So if sun is here, all shadows in the world will fall towards what? All shadows will fall towards this, towards east. shadow of Manju is towards her left. So, should Manju be standing like this? If Manju is standing like this, her shadow will be falling to the right. If Manju is standing like this, then her shadow will fall towards left. Correct? So, if this is Manju, Manju is facing this direction because her shadow is falling towards this. If Manju is facing like this, then how about Sanju? Opposite direction. Sanju's shadow will be towards this. Yeah. Then what they are asking? Which direction was Sanju facing? This is Manju. This is Sanju. Which direction was Sanju facing? North. Simple. But if you don't understand the minutes of, like where to take sun, if you don't take sun into consideration, you will not get anything. Shadow can be anywhere, right? In a day's time, shadows can be either towards this or this. It depends upon, it can be in front, it can be back. But in all these cases, we undermine our knowledge of geography a bit because according to geographical knowledge, actually the tilt of Earth, and in a year, we perceive that the sun is moving from the Tropic of Capricorn to Cancer, then coming back. So, sun will not always be found at the exactly east and exactly west. Yes? So, it will be in slant position. So, it depends upon our latitude of the place when the sun will be exactly overhead of us. But in our problems, we always take like sun will be exactly our overhead at 12 o'clock every day. That is how we take it. Otherwise, it is not like that, no? It is not like that. Yeah? Because Earth's movement is different. Yeah? It is not like we are exactly on the equator and only on the equator, the sun will, or like Earth will rotate around, rotate on the axis where equator is always closer to this one. It is not like that. Okay? So, in our problems, we take it for granted that 6 o'clock exactly sun will be rising towards our east and setting at 6 o'clock towards our west. Then 12 o'clock exactly will be on the overhead and the shadow at 12 o'clock is almost zero. Okay, that is how the ideal case we have to take while we are solving for directions. A man walks 1 kilometer towards east. When they have mentioned east, 1 kilometer towards east. And then turns to south and walks 5 kilometers. Let your diagram be proportionate. Proportionate in the sense, as per the measurement they have given. You should not write 1 kilometer like this and 5 kilometer like this. It should be as proportionate as possible. It is ideally, not accurate, but at least for our illustration, that should make sense. Again, he turns to east and walks 2 kilometers. This is 5, this is 2. After this, he turns to north and walks 9 kilometers. Walks 9 kilometers totally. Then turns left. Sorry, okay. Only this much, no? Now they are asking what? How far is he? It is his initial point. It is the end point. Connect them. Connect them. And we have to construct the triangle. The imaginary right angle triangle. Now, this is 1. This is 2. So this will be 2. This entire stretch is 9, but if you can take this as 5 and cut, this will be 4. So this entire stretch is 3, this entire stretch is 4, then 3, 4, 5, 3 square plus 4 square is 25, root of 25 is 5. Done? Okay. Next, A walks 10 meter in front. We don't know which direction. So as I told you, let us draw like this as 10 kilometers and 10 meters to the right. He is going like this. He is going like this and 10 meters to how many meters? 10 meters to the right. Again 10 meters to the, oh, this diagram is not proper. $10 meters to the right. Then every time turning left, he walks 5, 15 and 15. Every time turning left. The first left he has taken. This is 5 kilometers. Then he takes one more left. And he will go for 15 kilometers. Again he takes left. He travels 15 kilometers. Now they are asking, how far is he? See, if this is 10, this would be 5. Yes. If this is 10, up to this is 10, and this is 5 here, and this 5, this 10 again, this 10. So basically, if you take the initial point and the final point, the distance between them is how much? 5. For this, your diagram should be very proportionate. Very proportionate. Otherwise, it will be a difficult thing. Yes? Yeah? A is 40 meters southwest of B. Southwest will be what? South and west. So, if this is B, A is southwest of B. How many meters? 40 meters. C is 40 meters southeast of B. When they don't give you particular angle, you have to take such moments like from south to southeast or east to southeast, east to northeast, north to northeast at 45 degree only. So if you take like this imaginary, so it should be what? 45 degree. Similarly for C also. For C also, it is 40 meter and towards southeast. Makes sense? If this is for 45 degree, even this will be 45 degree and this will be 45 degree. Internal opposite angles of a parallel line. Internal opposite angle of a parallel line. They will be same. Don't learn internal opposite angles and all. You just make sense out of this diagram. Now, they are asking, C is in which direction of A? East. If you don't take 45 degree, your answer can be either southeast or northeast. If you don't take strictly 45 degree. Okay, fine. So either C will come here or C will come here. So strictly take 45 degree. You can't take protractor in the examination hall and draw. At least roughly you have to draw C towards east of A. Done? Next. Of the 5 villages PQRST situated close to each other, P is to the west of Q. P is to the west of Q, correct? R is to the south of P. T is to the north of Q. And S is to the east of T. Then R is in which direction with respect to S? See, in such questions always we used in blood relations also, you focus on the first letter. Here R, they are asking R with respect to S. R is in which direction from S? South? West. This is southwest. Done? Correct? Southwest? Next. Ahmedabad is to the southwest of Bangalore. Don't consider your general knowledge. Don't ask the invigilator that this question is wrong. This is not GS paper. Ahmedabad is actually in which direction of Bangalore? Slightly northwest. Yes, mostly towards north, but a tilt. So northwest. Yes. Then you should discard all that knowledge you have while you are solving CSAT paper. Whatever author says, that is right. Chennai is to the east of Ahmedabad. So Chennai can come here, 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 wherever. And southeast of Bangalore. So somewhere here. So you have to take Chennai here. So that is southeast of Bangalore and to the east of Ahmedabad. And Delhi is to the north of Chennai. Delhi can come here, 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 wherever, north of Chennai, in line with Ahmedabad, Bangalore. So stretch this Ahmedabad, Bangalore line. Ahmedabad, Bangalore line, stretch it. Then you go to the north of this one, you will get the place of Delhi. Yes. Done? Now what they are asking, in which direction of Bangalore is Delhi located? See here, you have to focus on Delhi. In which direction of Bangalore Delhi is located? Bangalore is here, Delhi is here. Delhi is in northeast of Bangalore. Don't imprint this in your mind. In the examination, if you take Delhi, it is exactly above Bangalore. It looks like somewhere northwest or something, but almost on the straight line from Bangalore. Okay, fine. Ajay drives 3 km north. Ajay drives 3 km north. Then he turns right and drives 4 kilometers. Now he turns right and drives 5 kilometers. Now turning left, he drives 2 kilometers. Again, he turns left and moves 2 kilometers. Finally, turning to left, he walks 2 kilometers. मजाक कर रहा है क्या? Why should he go that much? There must be some stoppages also. He's finally coming back. In which direction and how far is he? That means in which direction is he right now from his initial point? In which direction is he from initial point? Don't tell me in which direction is he moving. They're asking in which direction and how far is he from. They're asking location. They're not asking like which direction is he moving. He is towards 4 kilometers towards east. Fine? Yeah? No problem. Usually in the question, like in which direction is he moving, that moving word or walking or driving, that will come. Then you have to take in which direction is he moving right now. Otherwise, when they ask, is he, in which direction is he? That's it, not moving. Location. A bank employee drives 10 kilometers towards south from her house, 10 kilometers towards south from her house, and turns to her left, and drives 20 kilometers. Drives 20 kilometers. She again turns left and drives 40 kilometers. Totally 40. Then she turns to her right and drives for 5 kilometers. She again turns to her right and drives 30 kilometers. ये भी मजाक कर रही है. 30. Now she is almost in line with this, correct? What is the shortest distance between her bank and her house? This. So this is 20 and this is 5. 25. Fine? A man walks down the backside of his house. Backside of his house. Straight 25 meter. So he's walking 25 meter from backside his house. We'll draw his house later. First let us look at his movement. So he is walking for how many meters? So as I told, according to our practice, we'll take it to the right only, 25. Then turns to the right and walks 50 kilometers. Walks 50 kilometers. Then he turns towards left and walks 25 meter. 25 meter. If his house faces to the east, actually this is back of his house. It is back of his house. Actually there is a front of his house. So let us take his house like this. So this is the front door. This is the back door. Now they are telling this house is facing towards that's okay, we can imagine, no? We can imagine. Why so worry? If this is east, actually east has to be our right? Now it is to the left. Where will north come? Rather than upside, it will be our north. And this will be our south. This will be our west. Okay. What is his direction from the starting point? Right now, where is he? We think that southeast. This is southeast, but it is between north and west. This is northwest. Or you read the entire question, you will get the front of his house, construct house, then go back. No problem. Construct house, then go. That is also not a problem. Done? Next. A started from his house and walked 20 meters towards east. He walked 20 meters towards east. Where his friend B joined. Came there. I don't know from which direction he has come, but B was there. They together walked 10 meters in the same direction. So they walked 10 more meters in the same direction. So totally 30 now for A. Then A turned left. A turned left and B turned right. How many meters? 2 and 8 respectively. Our diagram has to be proportionate. So this is 2A and this is This is 8 for B. This is 2, this is 8. Then again B turned left. B was going like this. Don't get confused between A and B now. Then B took left and traveled 4 kilometers. B traveled 4. Followed by 5 meters to his right. He is going like this. Now, five meters to his right. A turned right and traveled 12 meters. A traveled 12 meters. Yeah. To reach his office. B also reached his office. A also reached his office. They are asking how far they are. How far they are. You have to construct that imaginary triangle. So this is that imaginary triangle. Okay. So here 4 is there, but the entire distance is 12. So this becomes 8. Yes or no? Yes or no? This is 8. This is 8. Now think of this one. 2 plus 8, 10. 10 plus 5. So these are other two sides of the right angle triangle. We have to find out this one. 8 square plus 15 square. Take the root. I told you the triplet. 8, 15 and 17. 8, 15 and 17. While constructing diagram, please be careful. If you want me to construct once again, I'll construct. 20 meters, 10 meters. 20, 10. From there 2. 2. From there 8. Here from there 4. From there 5. But here 12. Complete the diagram. This is A's office and this is B's office. Now construct this triangle. This is 4, so this will be 8. And this is 2 plus 8, 10. 10 plus 5, this is 15. So 8, 15. So final hypotenuse will be 17. 17 square is 289, correct? Yes? P, Q and R are three towns. The distance between P and Q is 60 kilometers. Distance between P and Q is how many kilometers? 60 kilometers. Whereas the distance between P and R is 80 kilometers. Now, Q is in the west of P and R is in the south of P. You have to change your diagram. So this is P and this is Q. This is 60 and R, south of P. R, 80 kilometers. Join them. 60, 80, what it should be? 3, 4, 5. 20 times of them. 3, 4, 5. 20 times of them. 60, 80 and 100. 60, 80 and 100. Right? Next. A woman runs 12 kilometers towards north. Woman runs 12 kilometers towards north. And then 6 kilometers towards, not her south, south only. So 6 kilometers towards south. That means she takes a U-turn and she comes up to the middle of the previous distance. Then 8 kilometers towards east. 8 kilometers towards east. This is 8. This is 6. This is 6. Now, in which direction is she from her starting point? Starting point was this. Ending point is this. Join them. Join them. They are not asking the distance. They are asking what? Direction. So, from her starting point, this point is northeast. Yeah, but all are not northeast. These two are northeast. Now, let us look into the degree now. I'll take this diagram as a bigger diagram. Six, 8, and 10. And let's say you are at this point, and you are looking at this. The angle, what you are looking at this, you take this angle or this angle which has been made with the ground. Which angle you will take? Which angle you will take? This one you have to take. This one you have to take, not this one. This one you have to take. Okay. Look at 6, look at 8. Now let's say, if I go on increasing this point, let's say now the point is here. So what will be the angle? It will be like this. Angle is reducing or increasing? Reducing. Let's say the point is here. Angle is increasing. Increasing, no? As I bring this one here, it will be close to 90 degree. As I take this to infinity, this will be close to 0 degree. When these are same, 6 and 6, when these are same, 6 and 6, this will be 45 degree, this also will be 45 degree. Even this will be 45 degree. Now, at this is 45 degree, but when we are going far, it will be lesser than that. If you are coming towards this, it will be more than 45 degree. So now it is lesser than 45 degree. So less than 45 degree of northeast. Yes or no? This is practical. If you go by trigonometry, you will get the answer, but no, not at this point of time. When you have come this long, and if I ask you to learn trigonometry, you will leave this field. Yeah, done, understood? If this was 6 and this was 6, the angle would have been 45 degree. Since we are going too far, it is less than 45 degree. Yes? Prince was standing facing to the pole. Which pole? Nothing is given. Some pole, electrical pole, cocoa pole, whatever it is. Okay? At 1:48 p.m. Well, let us take the direction like this only. 1:48 time, closer to 2 o'clock. Where will be the sun? If you take this as ground and this as 12 o'clock position, so it will be somewhere here. Yeah? Yes? Towards our west? Yeah? Yeah. Now, let's say there is a pole on the ground. There is pole on the ground. Where will be the shadow falling? Towards this way. Now they are telling shadow of the pole fell towards right. Who's right? Prince. Right. So Prince is facing the pole and the shadow is falling here. Yes or no? Prince is facing the pole like this and the shadow is falling here. Then to which direction was Prince facing? Done? Now are you okay with the direction problems? Yeah? Will you be able to solve them in whatever the manner they come? Yes? Now coding and decoding. Trust me, I am not asking you to become software engineer. Because software engineer do coding, no? Only 5% of them. 95% of them will be on bench. Testing. They'll be doing testing. Okay. All the skills that they have learned will be applied only in Excel. Do we learn Excel sheet in college? No way. But for running the Excel sheet, we need engineers. Yeah, so that is how it is. Coding means what? Coding. You are writing a code. Very basic of any code is the language in which we write the code. Language. For example, C, C++, or any language, even if you take binary 0101, this is also kind of a language in which we write binary codes. Then hexadecimal codes 0 to 9, then A, B, C, D, E, F, like that we go. Yeah. So why do we make code? What all are the like necessities, or like why we should make code? So basically for whatever the information that you are passing, that should not be accessed and misused by any other fellow than the intended fellow. You are sending it to one intended fellow. while in the channel of communication that should not be understood by anyone else. Yes or no? WhatsApp, whatever the message that we get, they say end-to-end encryption. Have you read this one? End-to-end. Whoever wants to, like take that information in between, nobody will be able to get it. So it will be delivered only to the receiver, intended receiver. Okay. Security. Then second, why do we write code? One is security. Why do we use binary code? 010101. Because it would have been easily sent on the copper wire. High voltage. So basically it is for what? The ease of transmission. Ease of transmission. Do you get anything apart from 0 and 1 in binary? But when it comes to our problems in coding and decoding, we don't sit with all these binary, hexadecimal, all that Boolean algebra, all that thing we don't sit with. We take some random coding. Random coding. We'll get to know only when we see the question. Okay. And in such questions, what all will be having? One, the original information, the original info, and its corresponding code. How this info is written in terms of code. Info 1, code 1. Then they will give information 2. And they will ask us to make this code 2. Getting my point? And usually in our coding and decoding, we use alphanumericals. Alphanumericals means alphabets. How many? 26 alphabets and 10 numbers. 0 to 9, 10 numbers we use. In which relation that we have to see. It depends upon case to case. Then in number series, when we solve the problems, number series, what all are the methods that we adopted to decode the relation between two consecutive elements? We took the difference. We found a multiplying factor. If that is not possible, we went for different iterations. Then we found some relation between the consecutive elements, or we went for alternative numbers and we did some jugad to get the logic. Then what we did, we found out the missing, the end one or the middle one, like wherever, like we found out the missing one. Here also we have to do the same. Logic, it will not be clear-cut written logic that, as soon as you see, you get the logic. No. It depends. You have to check what all relation that is existing between them. And one skill we should have while we are doing the coding and decoding, how many letters we have? 26. At least you should try to remember the position of these letters in the alphabets. For example, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, like that. At least you should remember a few. All 26 you can't remember, but you can extrapolate your knowledge to get those things. But I would request you to remember few of the alphabets and their positions. At least the first 6 one we are very much used to. A, B, C, D, E, F. Are we used to it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last 3. X, Y, Z. 24, 25 and 26. Correct? Yeah. Then other few things we have to remember. For example, 10th one. 10th one is J is 10th one. 20th one, T is 20th one. T20, 2020, T20. Yeah. Then you will remember your own letters, right? Letters, your starting letters. I can't do anything if your letters are falling here and here. Very rare chances here there are chances. I can't do anything. You lost the opportunity. For example, my name, 13th, exactly in the middle, my surname, 14th. So it is naturally helping me, 13th and 14th. Then 2 towards this, easily I can remember. So these all I remember. Since they are falling in the middle, better you remember them. M and N, they are falling in the middle, remember them. And along with that, 15th one is O. 15th one is O. Try to remember that. O is 15th one. Yeah. This will help you. This will help you while you are making the code or decoding. Done? And one more basic. While you are writing the information and the code, information is given and code is given. Don't write one next to another. Write one below another. Because the corresponding positions can be easily deciphered. Otherwise, every time you will have to go like this. It will be difficult. So better you see all these small things. Save your time in the examination hall. And the best time saver is what? In the examination hall, don't depend upon the rough page at the last. Every time you read the info, I don't know how many of you have already lost this examination by using the rough work, like rule, rough work we have to do in the rough work only. It will kill. Seriously, it is the worst practice. In the question paper only, like there are many spaces, white patches. Find them and do. And somebody must have told you that you should not write anything in this one question. Maybe that person is your competitor. Check all the CSAT papers, okay? After you do. All will do there only. If I can't do there, I can't clear the paper. Trust me. If I can't do there in the answer, the question booklet itself, I can't clear the paper. You have to do there only. So all these are small things which count. Every seconds count. And that too, when these CSAT marks were counting, then it is like every single second is, like we were on hunt. While I was writing in Delhi, the second paper, first prelims, invigilators were talking to each other. Aram se. And the whole premises is, peaceful. And these people are, one boy stood and shouted, you don't know the importance of, this examination. Kindly keep quiet, don't talk, because it is diverting our focus. Every second is important here. Please, he told. Then they kept quiet. Yeah. See, all these are small things. Unknowingly, we will be wasting time in these things. Yes. Unknowingly, we'll be wasting time. Yes. And sometimes we go like this, page by page. And when we reach the last page, again what we'll do? We'll come to the first page. When you have reached the last page, again do like this, no? Why you want to again turn it over and come from the first? Tradition. So that tradition itself is what? Killing 1 to 80 questions. You will solve 40. Other 40 easier questions are waiting there. Individually, the first few questions, either in GS or CSAT, first few questions of every set will be there to make you destabilized. It will create a fear. First 5-10 questions, they will create a fear. People will feel like, so don't see from there, come from back. Solve few questions at the back. You will get the confidence, then come to the front. Okay, so all these are small things which matter. Okay, so I told you the rule. You have to write the code and the info one below another. Then you have to work out. Can we start? Yes. Madras is coded as NBE SBT. NBE SBT. So check the code. M and N. Already I have told, no? M is 13, N is 14. So plus 1 can I make? The code is what? Plus 1. M plus 1 is N. A plus 1, D plus 1, R plus 1, A plus 1, S plus 1. We are adding 1 to each and we are coding. So code is what? Plus 1 is the code. Now apply the same thing to the other also. Bombay. B plus 1 is C. O plus 1. P. M plus 1. N. B plus 1. A plus 1. Y plus 1. Z. CPN. CBZ. Is it tough? First, no. That to plus 1. Second question. Yeah? Second question. Triple is written as SQHOOKD. Check. T is 20, S is 19. What is this? Minus 1. R is what? 18. Q is 17. Minus 1. I is 9. H is 8. P is 16. O is 15. L is 12. K is 11. E is 5. D is 4. Minus 1 is the code. Minus 1. So for dispose, D minus 1, C, I minus 1, H, S minus 1, R, P minus 1, O minus 1, N, S minus 1, R, E minus 1, D, CHR, ONRD. Okay, next. Monkey is written as XDJMNL. Monkey is written as XDJ M, N and L. M is what? 13. 13. Then X 24. 13 and 24. 11 is the difference. See? O and D. O is 15. D is 4. Difference? So here plus 11. Here minus 11. It is not necessary that every letter should have the same code. No. Okay. Then N is 14. J is 10. So difference is minus 4. Minus 4. K is 11. M is 13. Plus 2. E and N. Actually, we are heading nowhere. We are not getting anything here. Plus 11, minus 11, plus, minus 4, plus 2. Where we are going? Nowhere. So, check all that thing. I'll tell you, in such cases, when the difference is not so what convincing, then see. As I told earlier, A, B, C, D, E, F, X, Y, Z, they are very close to you. They are very close to you. Other letters not so close. Other letters not so close. So at least mark those letters which are familiar to you. E is familiar, D is familiar, Y is familiar, X is familiar. Yes, any other thing? M, N, okay. M, N, J, O. See, here I'm not asking you to tell their numbers directly. Tell their numbers directly. Check the first few and the last few. Check the first few and the last few. Up to A, B, C, D, E, F, we know. X, Y, Z, we know. Mark only those things. I'll tell you what exactly we have to do here. X is here, Y is here. Check X and Y are in opposite. E and D are opposite here. But how do you establish the relation between Y and X? Y minus 1. Y minus 1. What about E to D? Minus 1. Now see, K to J, minus 1, 11 minus 1. Then N to M, O to N, M to L. See, this can be a matter of chance. Matter of chance. But let us depend upon what do we know. Let us depend upon what do we know. And again, knowing all 26 numbers is also a problem here. Knowing all, because you can't find pattern like everything is known to you. Just locate A, B, C, D, E, F, the letters what all you know, and X, Y, Z. Last few and the first few. Let's see what exactly happened there. So here what happened? Reverse and minus 1. So here tiger is there. R minus 1. E minus 1. G minus 1. I minus 1. T minus 1. Fine. No issues. Yeah. Next, fragrance. Is written as SBH BOD SBHS BOD FG. F is 6, S is 19. So 6, 19, difference is 13. R is 18, B is 2, difference is 16. A is 1, H is 8. So that we don't get. Mark the known letters A, C, E, even F. Then B is known, B is known, D is known, F is known, G is known. G, even if you forget G, that's okay. Now see what all that we can do. Here AA is there, here BB is there. So draw line. A plus 1, A plus 1. Now see C plus 1, E plus 1. Yeah, will come R plus 1, G plus 1, R plus 1, N plus 1, E plus 1. Now F, take this F and cycle it. Next, there is G. So this basically move everything towards left for one place, move to the left by one place and add 1. For everything we are adding 1, no? So similarly, imposing M plus 1, P plus 1, O plus 1, S plus 1, I plus 1, N plus 1, G plus 1, I plus 1, NQPT, NQPT, JOHJ. Correct? Yes, no, maybe, yes. Computer. Is written as R, F, U, V, Q, N, P, and C. C and R, 3 and 18. O is 15, F is 6, M is 13, U is 21. Again, no. Again, mark those A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. C here, F here, E here. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, now corners, C and C. Similarly, R and R are the corners. At least start writing for medicine. So here M should come and here E should come. M and E. Do we have such options? 2 options are there. Let's see. Then what is happening? E is here, F is here. E plus 1, S. T plus 1, U. U plus 1, V, P plus 1, M plus 1, O plus 1. So accept the extremes. Reverse and add 1. Reverse and add 1. So E will come here as F. D will come here as E. D will come here, I will come here as, C will come here as, I will come here as, N will come here as E, O, J, D, J. Fine. And again, there is no rocket science to get the code. Some jugaad we have to make. First try to subtract, do something, get the familiar ones, mark them, try to make some pattern. And I don't give 100% guarantee that after doing all these things, you will get some like idea. Because such things are up to the imagination of the examiner. Your imagination and the examiner's imagination should be matching. How is that possible? Yeah, but 70-80% results we get many times. Yeah, with all these tricks. Oh, again printed 5. 6. Belief. Is written as A, F, K, K, D, I, but as a what? Small letters. Check. B to A -1. E to F +1. L to K -1. Yes or no? I to k plus 2 e to d minus 1 f to I plus 3. So alternative letters minus 1, other alternative letters plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. Yes? So similarly, we'll do it for seldom. You do it. Let's see. Seldom. RFK. S minus 1. E plus 1. L minus 1. D plus 2. ನೀವು ಬರದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೆಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು -1 plus 1 -1 plus 2 -1 plus 3. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ 1 1 1 ಅನ್ನು ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ 1 2 3 ಬರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಬಂತ? Got it? RFK FNP ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. RFK FNP. Delhi is coded as 73541 and Calcutta is coded as 825 89662. Check. Sees? What code is this? Correct. But there should be some logic. What is the logic? Anyways, one alphabet has to be given one number. But in what sense?
Using both to
Correct. See, if I am giving code as 1 to A, there is some sense, right? But what sense is prevailing here? Correct. That is what we are doing. But so far, what did we do? There must be some relation between them, no? But sometimes, no logic itself is a logic. These are just random assignments of numbers to this one, because 26 alphabets are there and we can have only 10 numbers. To assign only 10 numbers to 26 letters will be difficult. So these are random assignments. Take it at their face value and finish off the business. Yeah. D is 7. So finally we'll write Calicut. You don't have to put the arrow marks for every. C is A is 2, 5, I is 1, C is again 8, U is 9, T is 6. Simple. Yes? If you go on finding logic, there's no logic at all. What do you find? This is very important question. I expect such questions rather than the previous one. 256 is written as red color chalk. 589 means green, color, flower. If you take 2, 5, 6 in the first code, it is random assignment again. But is it in the same order? 2 is red, 5 is color, and R is chalk? We can't say. Don't take it for granted that the respective numbers only are the codes for them. No. Now, among these, which all are common? Color is common. 5 is common. So here, make it color is nothing but 5. Now, can we make anything out of red chalk? Which is red, which is chalk, 2 or 6? 8 and 9, which is green, which is flower, can you make? Go for the next. 254 means white, color, chalk again. Now, 5 is already decided. That is chalk. 2 is common here. Chalk. So chalk is 2. If chalk is 2 in this one, red is what? In this one, white is what? What about this one, green and flower? It can be anything, 8 or 9. Now check, what is white? 4. Yes? If I was the examiner, I wouldn't have asked this question. I mean, only white. I would have asked, what is the code for green, red flower? I would have asked for green, red flower. Huh? I'll give 8 and 9 both in the option. 6, 8, 9. Yes? 6, 8, 9. If I had given 8, 9, 6, again that would have been confusing. But again for that there would be some solution. Yeah. Next. What is the missing term in this one? ACPQ. This is ratio. Whatever the relation we have for this, the same relation we have for this also. ACPQ is to BESU. A plus 1, C plus 2, P plus 3, Q plus 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is the addition. Similarly for MNGI, M plus 1 is N, N plus 2 is P, G plus 3, I plus 4, M, NP, JM. Okay, fine. The letters from A to Z are numbered from 1 to 26. GHI is given as 1578. DEF is given as 912. See here, this makes sense. 3 letters, 3 numbers, but here 4 numbers are there. Definitely it is not random assignment of numbers. Yes or no? Random assignment it is not. So they only have given, they have particular positions from 1 to 26. Try to ascertain that. G is what? G is what? H is what? I is. So there must be some connection between 789 and 1578. Here D, E, F. D is 4, E is 5, and this is 6. There must be some connection between them. Yeah, that is how our mind should work. This is 4-digit number, this is 3-digit number. To get this one, either we have to add something or multiply something. Look at the last digit. 9 is here, 8 is here. 9 2s are 18. We may get the answer. 9 2s are 18, 2 8s are 16 plus 1, 17, 2 7s are 14 plus 1, 15. See, there is no rocket science, trial and error. But our mind should be working in a proper, like direction. Then 4 5 6 into 2. What we would get? 9 1 2, na? Similarly for ABC. 1 2 3 into 2. Fine? Yeah? LSJ XVC. LSJ X XVC is the code for Mumbai. Okay, we have to write otherwise. Mumbai has to be written first because whatever they have given is the code for Mumbai. MUMBAI. It has the code LSJ XVC. Check the code. M minus 1, U minus 2, U is 21, S is 19, M minus 3, so it is in the increasing order of negative numbers. B is what? You are getting X, while you are subtracting X from B, you are getting some value, so better you take the X minus B. Rather than that, you take A to Z, 26. A will be 27 again, B will be 28. So 28 minus 24 is minus 4. A is 27 then. If Z is 26, A is 27. So 27 minus 5 is 22. That is V. Yes or no? I is 9. C is 3. So minus 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 you are doing. Delhi. D minus 1, C. E minus 2, C. L is what? 12. 12 minus 3, 9. So this is I. H minus 4, D. 8 minus 4 is 4. I is 9. 9 minus 5. C, C, I, D, D. Fine? Any issue? No, right? Raman is written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Dinesh is written as 6, 7, 5, 8, 4, 0. So what is the logic? Random assignment. Yes, because A is 2 here, D is 6, M is 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Raman, like there is no order. Now for Hammam, how do you write? H is 0. Yeah, option is not there. Maybe this was 9. because all options are starting with 9. So maybe a misprint to make this as 9. 9. Okay. 2323. Yes. Last one. Hmm? Mathematics. ML. M is 13, L is 12. Minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1. You do. I won't do. I'm bored. Minus 1 plus 1, minus 1 plus 1, no? That's it up to end. Same thing. Yeah. Now chemistry. Minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 is B. B. Plus 1, I. Minus 1, D. Plus 1, minus 1, plus 1, BID, NHT. SSX. Correct? And I have tried to take most of the questions from the previous years, and I'm seeing the trend. Okay, I think whatever the practice that we have done, that would be enough. But again, it is up to the examiner to imagine. Okay, so you can take similar questions and practice from the question bank. Okay, apart from this, I had left few questions. One is in average percentages. I told some table. Hindi average marks, English average marks. You will say yes now. I told I will take it as mixture allegation problem. And one more problem I had left. First progression. Yes, such questions. I'll take those two questions. Five minutes. ಯಾವುದ್ರಲ್ಲಿತ್ತದು? In which I had taken the table. Averages, correct. Yes. Here, see, one problem we had seen. We knew only the average weight of girls and average weight of boys. We didn't have the number of them. So we could not solve that problem. Yes. Here, we have the average marks of girls in English and average marks of girls and boys in English. Similarly, we have average marks of girls in Hindi and average marks of girls in boys in Hindi. And what is this? Overall average marks. This is just like our prize 1, prize 2 and the price of the mixture. Just like that. Boys marks, number of boys. Girls marks, number of girls. Okay. So what is the number of girls? I mean the score of girls? 9. 8 here. What is the average? 8.8. Take the difference. 0.2. Take the difference here. 0.8. I told you then only. The girls' number is more. That is why the average is tilting towards their number. So 0.8 is to 0.2. 4 is to 1. Now at least we got to know the ratio of the number of girls and boys. If girls are 4, boys will be 1. Don't take 4x and 1x here. Simply for the marks of Hindi, you multiply by 4 girls and you multiply by 1 boy here. Multiply by 1 boy. 8 4s are 32. 7 1s are 7. 32 plus 7, 39. How many total? 4 plus 1. This is just like 4 kg and 1 kg, no? So divide by 5. So 39 divided by 5 would give us 7.8. 7.8. See, they had given 3 items. Through that we can get the ratio. We got the ratio. I am not taking 4x and 1x. Simply I am taking 4 and 1, multiplying with them. 4 8s are 32, 7 1s are 7. Total marks are 39. Total students 5. So 39 divided by 5, 7.8. Done? Yeah. One more problem I had left. Which problem you remember? Progressions. See, understand the question first. A boy plays with the ball and he drops it from a height of 1.5 meter. The boy is dropping a ball from height of 1.5 meter. So this is 1.5 meters. Every time ball hits the ground, it bounces back. Yes, natural. To attain height, is it like you throw it from 1.5 meter and every time it will be doing like this? Infinite energy. It will go on losing the energy, right? Next time it bounces, maybe here, and die down to 0. After a few seconds, we see the ball is not moving. Yes, it will lose all the energy what it had at this position. Yes, so every time it bounces back with 4/5 of the previous height. 80%. 4/5 is 80%. So when it hits the ground, it will make a jump or bounce up to 1.2 meter. Then from there again it will hit the ground. From again, it will hit the ground from that height. This height is how much? 1.2. Yes? 80%, no? 4/5 of height. 4/5 of 1.5. 1.5 into 4 by 5. 5 ones are 5 threes are 3 fours are 12. 1.2. Is it tough? No, no. Next time, bounce back and again get dropped. 1.2 into 4 by 5 again. You will get 0.96. This calculation is bit difficult here. 0.96. Again hit the ground. Then again bounced back. Again it hits back the ground. 0.96 into 4 by 5 we have to make. 0.96 into 4 by 5 into 4 is equal to 438.384 divided by 3.84 divided by 5. So 5 sevens are 35, then 0.7, 5 sevens are 35, then 5 6s are 5 8s are 0.768. But up to what height it will go? When the ball does not bounce further, the ball does not bounce further if the previous height is less than 50 centimeter. If it is less than 50 centimeter, it will stop bouncing. But already we have made it bounce up to 0.768. 0.768. Yes? Yes or no? Yeah. Again it jumps. We have to multiply by 4 by 5 or multiply by 0.8. 4 by 5 is equal to 80%. 80% is equal to 0.8. Whatever that you multiply. 8 8s are 64. 8 6 are 48. 48 plus 6, 54. Then 8 7s are 56. 56 plus 5, 61. So somewhere 0.6144. Again you multiply. It will bounce back. Let us see 0.6144 into 0.8. 8 4s are 32. 8 4s are 32. 35. 8 1s are 8. 11. 8 6 are 48. 49. Yeah, finally 0.49. So it will not bounce. What they are telling, the ball does not bounce further if the previous height is less than 50 centimeter. So this also it hit the ground, but it will not bounce back because it is less than 50 centimeter. So how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our simple calculation is this. 1.5 every time 4 by 5. How many times? To the power of n. It should be less than 0.5. So when 1.5 come this side, so basically the equation become 4 by 5 to the power of n should be less than 1 by 3. That is how it is. But it needs lot of expertise in this. Yeah? Okay. Cool. Let's wind up. 27. Okay. That is the spirit. And others will be this one. Yeah, I remember. See here, a biology class at high school predicted that local population of animals will double in size every 12 years. Every 12 years, the population will double. The population at the beginning of the year 2021 was estimated to be 50 animals. So there are 50 animals in the year what? 2021. If P represents the population after n years, if the population is P, then which one of the following equations represents the model of class for the population? So basically what here, 50 has to grow, 50 has to grow, yeah. 50 will become 100. This 50 will become 100 in how many years? 12 years? 12 years? Yes or no? 12 years. So, if you take the transformation from here to here, 50 into 2, 50 into 2, correct? 50 into 2 in how many years? 12 years. If we take 24 years, what will happen? 50 into 4. So basically 2 to the power of square we get. So how many times 12 years? That matters. 1 time 12 years, double. 2 times 12 years, 4 times. 3 times 12 years, that is how it grows. But if you check somewhere between those 12 years, directly 12 years, yes, 100, 200, this is how it is growing. But after few years, like not exactly at 12th year, you are checking in between. So basically how it is going? How it is going? For every 12 years, like n, let's say, n will become 1. For 24 years, n will become 2. For 36 years, n will become 3. But for a random year, if you want to check, it becomes n by 12. Because n is for every 12 years. N is for every 12 years. It needs the higher level of understanding. Every time we are raising the power after 12 years. Somewhere in between, let's say after 6 years, if you ask me, n will be half. So what we will do for 6 years? For 6 years, what we will do? N by 6 we do. Sorry, 6 by 12 we do. So similarly, we have to have this n by 12 in the equation. That's it. That is the idea. Or you directly substitute. Let's say after 12 years, na? N is what? N what they are giving here? Years. After 12 years, it has to double. Let's say n is equal to 12. Put 12 here. 50 into 12. 600. 612. Is it double of 50? Actually, 50 have to become 100 in 12 years. But if n is equal to 12 here, 50 into 12 is how much? 600 plus 12. No, not possible at all. This one, same thing, 12n. 12 into 12. 144 plus 50, 194. No, it is not giving us the value of 100. Here, 2 to the power of 12n. Look at the imagination. N is what? 12. 12 into 12, 144. 2 to the power of 144. I can't imagine that number at all. So this is also gone. This is also gone. But this, take 50 into 2 to the power of n by 12. N is 12. So 12 by 12 is 1. 2 to the power of 1. 2. 50 into 2, 100. See here, at the end of everything, the game is about n by 12. 12 years, something is doubling. So n by 12 should flash to your mind. If n is the number of years, then divided by 12. If it was increasing every year, let's say 50 animals will become 100 tomorrow. What will happen? 50 into simply what? N, no number of years. Then if n is 1, it is 100. N is 2, sorry, n is 1, like 50 plus 50, 100. N is 2, 50 plus 100. That is how it will go. In such problem, if you are feeling the difficulty, then substitute the value and check. For every 12 years, it has to double. P should become 100 when n is equal to 12. That's it. If n is equal to 12, P should be 100. Yeah, I know it is difficult. For the people who are not understanding this one, leave this one. There is no fun in, like understanding this one and forgetting all simple things. Okay? I don't insist that you have to understand this one. Okay? Fine.